had a ringtone, Huggy?
Yeah.
That's your ringtone? Oh, dear. Cheerio. Hello, everyone.
That's for the blokes.
Welcome to What You Need to Know. It is Tuesday, and I am so happy to have my DC boys in the house with me. Hello, Chris Paul.
What up, Sybil Wilkes? What up, Huggy?
What up, Chris?
Hey,
What's
Hug.
the deal? What's the deal, Sybil?
That makes me happy. You guys are. I am on the road. I'm in Atlanta, and I was out on the road this week with folks on the Black Voters Matter tour, and had a great time. And everybody asked about you guys and want to know how you're doing. And so we just want to keep people up to date with where you are, what you're doing, and talk about the Insomnaholics. Is that the correct pronunciation?
That's it. You see, Sybil stayed at Tyler Perry's house. You see that?
No. Did she?
Yeah.
Did you, Sybil?
Yeah, she's staying there.
One of the.
Do you remember we was in Tyler Perry house and oh man, I was eating sushi and greens.
Remember that after one of his movies? Yeah.
Yeah, but she's staying at Tyler Perry's house. The only downside is she can only say what he writes.
Oh,
because he can, he writes everything.
Right.
He does. Absolutely. Right. And a shout out to our boy J. Anthony Brown, who is part of Assistant
What's up, Dom?
Tommy
Hey,
Dom.
Chris, Sybil, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Oh my!
I think Hug can sing a little bit, Sid.
What's up, Dom?
Hey, Hug. Hey, Chris. What's up, Sybil?
I had to go the opposite way. I actually was looking at the wall. What's up, Dom?
Hey, Hug. How you doing?
You look good, girl.
Y'all look good too. Thank you.
That's that LA weather. Nah.
I'm in DC right now, though.
Are you?
You can look at my
shit.
Look.
You ain't shit, Dom. How long you been in DC?
No, I just got here Friday. I had to do some stuff with
I
Mom.
thought I saw you down there swinging on the Proud Boys.
Hey, Hug. You can look at my background, tell I ain't at home. I ain't got no Christmas tree. I ain't grown. I ain't got this grown up yet. Look at my background. I ain't grew up like that.
They put the tree on top of the nightstand.
Yeah.
What's up?
And as my aunt used to call it, you got your break front there.
You see it, don't you see it? Got that break front. That's from Cooley High. Oh, he done knocked over my mama's break front.
That's hilarious.
She kept saying, turn on the light. Oh, Martha, you know your mama like the dog.
Chris, you got your tree up?
Yeah, it's just not decorated or plugged in.
One
thing at a time.
Mine's up, but it's still in the box.
Okay.
Baby steps. Hey, Dom and Huggy, I was telling Chris that I am here in Atlanta. I've been on a
at Tyler Perry house.
I'm staying at Tyler's house. I've been on a mini tour with Black Voters Matter, and this broadcast is brought to you by Black Voters Matter. As a matter of fact, please check out blackvotersmatterfund.org. For more information, and they are some incredible people. Latasha Brown and Cliff Albright are the co-founders of Black Voters Matter. And we went to Macon, we went to Columbus and Augusta.
All right.
And
I love all those places.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Sid, the people coming out so far for early voting, is it going good, Sid?
It is. It really is.
Record breaking.
Yeah.
Exactly. Joe Biden was in town today after his, of course, electoral college win.
I saw y'all picture
yesterday.
Congratulations.
Did you?
I just say that shit. They'll believe that shit anyway. But they believe it. You should have just go with the bit.
Hey, I'm glad they coming out to vote because in the words of Hug, turkey neck won't cut the check.
You heard that? Cut the check, turkey neck. Cut the check, turkey neck.
Oh my God.
They are great people, and they really are empowering a lot of people to get out there and vote, especially because there were some 20,000 plus young people who turned 18 after the November 3rd election, who are now who will be 18 by January 5th, and so they were allowed to register to vote, and they are instrumental, and of course, you know, Stacey Abrams leading the way and with her organization as well, and and met a lot of really cool people, people who are involved in organizations like Woke Vote, and of course the NAACP and all are involved here. So it's an exciting time, and I told them I want to come back before the final day of voting, which is January 5th. So much involved in this, as you know, and talking about Jon Ossoff and his race against David Perdue, who is the current senator, and Reverend Raphael, the radical liberal Warnock, is running against Kelly Loeffler, who is the appointed senator from
the robot. How's the self-sabotage going by the Republican Party? Republicans stood up there and said, "Don't even vote. It won't even count. It's rigged."
and the Republicans are going, "No, Miss." Right. And they just don't know. They don't know whether, as my daddy used to say, shit or go blind, Chris. They're trying to, you know, be loyal to this guy who it's officially not president, and still get the people to come out and vote, because this is crunch time now. And if we get a good turnout as it is expected, I sound like a Georgian. If they get a good turnout and people are that, this is going to make the big difference in the swing of the United States Senate. And Mitch McConnell, who finally acknowledged Joe Biden yesterday, will have no longer be the leader of the United States Senate
after Putin. Putin congratulated Joe Biden.
Chris, thank you. Yes, after
Putin.
After President Putin, who is the president of Donald Trump, called and congratulated.
What Putin y'all talking about? Rudy Giuliani or Vladimir?
No, not that kind of Putin.
That's the wrong Putin.
That's a verb.
We talking about Vladimir.
I thought y'all was talking about. I thought y'all were talking about
Putin.
But what about Kelly Loeffler? Took a picture with a KKK member. You see that, Sybil?
So here's the thing.
She didn't know it was a KKK member.
Now, and how do you not know this, Dominique?
He took the sheets off to take the picture with her.
Yeah.
To be fair, you could take a picture with anybody at her rally, and it would have been a KKK member. It wasn't just this one.
She could have stayed home and did that.
Right. She could have took a selfie, and it would have been with a KKK member.
That's funny.
She has been known to be in the neighborhood of KKK members, of neo-Nazis, as well as the QAnon people. And now the latest is the pictures that she has taken with these KKK members. And once again, folks are looking at her, giving her the side eye. And the other question that's coming out, you guys, is as she is running for the United States Senate and all of these characters that she is dealing with, that she's being associated with, now the WNBA is looking at her as a co-owner of the Dream and saying, we don't want that kind of person in our organization.
Yeah.
And so
and they're on it. The WNBA are on it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, you know, they led the way in terms of the Dream coming out and wearing the Vote for Warnock t-shirts and all of that. And so it's as well as, you know, the names written on the Black Lives Matter, written on they painted on the courts and what have you. So it's really an interesting race, and how much longer she's going to be able to hang on, because Raphael Warnock is still leading and Ossoff. It's a couple of percentage points varying between the two of them, but he is holding his own against David Perdue as well. And as you know, when you're in a city where there is a major election, that's all you're going to see on television, right?
Yeah.
Are the ads for them. And they're very careful. So if you have a Raphael Warnock, then you got to have a Kelly Loeffler. If you have a David Perdue, you got to have a Jon Ossoff.
It's got to be even.
Right.
Yeah, equal treatment. And so it's really interesting. But every commercial break you go to, you're gonna see the commercials, obviously.
When they said Donald Trump was going, I felt that's the only thing I felt good about when they said he was going to Georgia. I said, go down there and muck it up real quick.
Muck it up.
Muck it up, because I already know what you're gonna go down there to talk stupid like you've been doing.
They're gonna go talk about himself. That's all he's gonna talk about.
That's all he want to talk about.
And that's exactly what happened.
That's all he want to talk about.
You heard him when he was out in there, and they're kind of signaling, going, Loeffler, say something about Loeffler.
Ain't nobody saying nothing about
And he's
them.
like, oh, yeah, vote for them. Now back to me. And the other thing is, you guys, is that, he's out there collecting money and making people think that he was doing it in order to get that rematch going or the recount going again. And knowing full good and well that what was going to happen with the Electoral College. And so all of this money, it's not going to them.
His ass is Bernie Madoff. He's Bernie Madoff. He's making off with their money.
Absolutely.
Right.
He's a grifter. And then in about 8 years, all these people gonna be a Netflix documentary. Talking about how we know and he got my money. You knew. Just like you look at Jim Jones, you know how this works. You ain't seen no similarities.
Ride or die.
I've gotten like 6 or 7 emails from Joe Biden post-election asking me to donate money for the 2 races in Georgia right now. And meanwhile, so the Democrats are raising money to win Georgia, and Donald Trump is just raising money for Donald Trump.
Exactly.
All of it, and there's fine print, right? It's not even that fine, because you can see it when they show it on MSNBC. You can read it right there. This money does not go for his court cases. This goes to a Trump PAC, which is his own personal fund. They say he can buy anything he wants with it.
He can do it.
It's his. And it's more money than he raised when he was running for president.
Wow.
Which he's probably gonna have to use to pay some of those loans. The $400 million in loans.
And these people still out here hollering.
So right now he's getting it in before he leaves. He's getting it in. He's selling everything.
And he still got them
storefront the whole time though. It's been a storefront.
Yeah, so he still got them hollering and standing out there. Grown people, stop the steal. What are you doing?
Yeah. That's what they're calling it. And the steal is going on in the White House.
Right.
So yesterday, as we noted, was the Electoral College. And so they determined that with 306 votes in his favor, Joe Biden officially is the winner of the 2020 presidential contest. And
I should have played that number today, Sybil.
You could have been playing it for the last month or so, Hug.
I know.
So, but the Electoral College vote came out, as well as surprise, William Barr's resignation.
Ooh.
Sad.
Yeah. I'm just he could have left a long time ago for me.
He resigned after he got fired.
Right.
Yeah, he could have left a long time ago. Right. So who is the new attorney general? Or we just don't have one until January the 21st. And who would that be?
Who you got?
Who you got, bro?
I mean, they already have an acting attorney general.
Yeah, I forgot it.
He's somebody who they said he's never even tried a criminal case before.
Oh my God.
He's done like civil lawsuits and stuff.
Right. And so that will be who will sit in until the new administration comes in, and we will see what happens and especially people are really concentrating on the pardons that are going to go down between now and January 20th. Or
Little Wayne's going to get that pardon.
I bet he won't.
Y'all think he was cooning for nothing. Y'all thought he made fun of his little smart sweater. That he had on his little V-neck sweater.
He was cooning for freedom. That's what he was doing.
For freedom.
And I knew Trump was gonna fire Bob, bro, because when he always fires somebody, he said, "I had a great conversation with so-and-so."
Yeah,
they ass about to be gone. Every time he said he had a great conversation with somebody, they ass gone.
That's it. Right. Or either when you hear somebody come out and tell the truth, when boss said, "Ain't nobody still the election," I say, "You might well get your boss with a bar, because it's time to go, Fred Flintstone. It's time to hit it."
You know the orange. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Sybil. No, it's your show.
No, you're my guest. Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, I was going to say not only about the election, but he knew about the investigations into Hunter Biden since the spring.
Wow.
And didn't tell anybody. He knew that the Justice Department, the rules were you're not supposed to reveal the investigations. And Donald Trump's like, but that doesn't apply to me. The rules never apply to me. And so that was the nail in the coffin there. And then that's when people saying, so Donald Trump, what are your thoughts on Bill Barr? And then, well, in weeks and weeks and weeks. Well, it didn't even last a week after that. All came out about the investigation. So as you were saying, Hug?
No, I was saying Bob wrote this resignation letter praising Trump and shit. I was like, man, that's Stephen Miller all the way.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
It was a Stephen Miller letter.
Yeah.
It was the worst.
And people, when you are appointed or you are confirmed by the Senate for those positions, you write your resignation letter and submit it, and for the president to hold on to. And so when they say, he submitted his resignation letter, it's been on hold. So as you said, Stephen Miller probably wrote this as soon as he became the attorney.
That whole letter needs to be redacted.
Yeah.
Redact that whole damn letter.
Which is just fun to say.
Bill Barr wrote that letter himself.
Why you say that?
It had some like fried chicken stains on it.
Salad dressing was on it.
So that's it. That's how fat people turn in letters. It's got all types of stains and shit on it.
Well, if Donald Trump wrote it, it had some KFC stains on it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking strategically for Donald Trump. Like, if he wants to run again in 2024, he's got to start pardoning some black folks so he can get that black vote.
But he's not doing that. He executing more black people. It's like he pulling out anybody he can find to execute black now.
But here's one for him: Bill Cosby.
Oh.
Pardon, Bill. That's a sleeper pick right there. You get Bill Cosby.
That's a sleeper pardon pick.
Black people are divided on Bill Cosby. You got a lot of people defending Bill Cosby still.
Right.
A lot of people defend Bill Cosby.
You pardon Bill Cosby, you're gonna have a lot of black folks, especially older black folks, be like, okay, now I might have to vote for Donald Trump.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Unless Biden comes up with some really clever stuff that he does.
And Bill Cosby's like, please pardon me while my dick still works.
Do it still work?
He don't have a lot of time left, dog.
Chris, I don't know if it worked, Chris.
Because if it don't work, I'd rather just stay in here.
Chris, how old is Bill Cosby?
Camille don't want that jello pudding.
No, she sure don't. How old is Bill Cosby, Chris? Okay. Hey, Sib,
he's an octogenarian.
Sib, that thing dead and stinking, Sib. It ain't no hope for that thing.
Oh, pudding pop.
Yeah,
pudding pop.
Yeah.
I've always said Bill's getting a little senile. He may get out and accidentally start drugging himself. He's like, I drank the wrong glass. Oh shit. Oh. You did the wrong glass.
No.
What was the stuff he used to back in the 60s and 70s? What was the stuff he used to put in the drink?
Was that roofies?
Roofies or something.
Roofies went back then.
Spanish fly, right?
Oh, yeah, Spanish fly, yeah.
So he finds
they didn't have Rohypnol back then, Chris.
You're gonna find all that stuff at the house, thinking it's a little blue pill or something.
I used to slip laxatives in the ladies' drink.
Oh, my.
They weren't giving me no ass, so fuck them. Let them shit on themselves.
No shit.
Let them shit on themselves.
Let them Giuliani themselves. They call that now, Chris.
So when they tell me no, I'll be like, okay, I curse you.
That's why they call you the Chuck Berry of comedy. Right?
That's right. They call me
Chuck Berry, right?
The Brown Hornet.
Tinkerbell.
That's some dirty stuff, Chris. That's just dirty. That's dirty.
They said he liked to pamper his women, dog.
Fucked around and gave it to myself. Rudy Giuliani.
Good night. So you all are in the DC area, and they're talking about how to clean the White House before the Biden administration, before the Bidens move in, and before the administration gets to work in the White House. And there's like there's 55,000 square feet of White House property.
Oh no, they got to tear that down. They built the townhouses right there. Tear it down. He didn't put a pissy stink on it. It's full of vibes. They got to tear it down and start somewhere else.
Start all over.
Start all over.
That's what I
ain't nothing can clean that out.
Right.
Nothing can clean it out. It's done. Start all over.
Chip and Joanna Gaines can't fix that.
No, they can't.
Sybil, the White House is now one of those motels that you slept in before, where you got to keep all your clothes on when you go to bed at night.
Yeah.
You know, you put the hood over your head. And your face hit the sheets and shit.
One of them hotels where you like when you leave, you like, I'm gonna just leave all the luggage too. I get something else.
Right.
I'm gonna just wear what I got on, and I'm gonna be good in this.
You got to go outside the White House to get ice. That's the kind of joint it is now.
Yeah, that's what it is now.
Not responsible for items left in your car.
Right.
So you don't see any hope for them to be able to clean this place?
I would not go in there.
No.
I would not go in there.
Don't nobody need to visit in. Don't nobody need to go in there.
No.
And not only is the virus in there, evil spirit, too many lies. There's too many things can jump up in you up in that place.
Why you think she built the tennis pavilion? That was a panic room. That was a safe room.
That was the safe room, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So nobody thinks that even some saging can clear that out.
Donald Trump is immature and he's petty. You know, he's just going around just spitting and pissing in corners and stuff. Yeah. No, you can't. Nah.
He tell everybody before you leave for work at 5:30 on the dot. Before you walk out, everybody just start coughing. The whole administration just cough, and spit.
Oh, Tom.
I would not go in there. It's too COVID-y.
Yeah, I wouldn't go in there either.
I thought perhaps they should have moved like somewhere, because they usually stay at like a hotel across from the White House the night before, the week before they have the inauguration. And I'm thinking they should live someplace else before, and including the vice president and her husband, because no telling what the Pences have going on in there.
Oh, man.
They should live somewhere else and then do a deep cleaning. But you guys say there's no hope at all.
Ain't enough sage in the world to sage that place.
Right.
For real. They would have to have a crop duster to fly over there with sage.
Yeah. Because Michelle and Jill and Kamala then already got on the phone and said, first of all, don't go up in that house. You can start that right now. We're not living over there.
Okay.
They already picking out their high heel shoes. What high heel shoes going with this hazmat suit before we walk up in there?
Now Kamala's house is going to be good because I'm sure Mike Pence's house is spotless because he had to clean it up when he was looking for any leftover women's lingerie he used to wear. You don't leave any man panties around.
Manties. Mike Pence manties.
That's gonna be his new business after you.
Manties.
Manties by Mike.
By Mike. No lip manties. Oh, I should have said that. That sounds like something else. No lip manties.
It's just a nasty situation. That's all it is.
Okay, so what do you guys think about Sandra Lindsay?
She cool with us.
Everybody don't speak at the same time.
What the hell is she about? I said, she cool with us. she good people with us.
Yeah, she good people, Sybil.
She good people, Sybil. Next question.
Yeah. See, look, I don't have nothing bad to say about it. I don't even know it like that. I ain't never really met her. I seen her when we was over at there, but I don't even really know her. So I'm gonna say, Sandra, I didn't even know her last name was Lindsay till you said I don't know that.
Dom, you probably ran into her when you were working in New York.
Yeah.
Sandra Lindsay is the first person, the black woman was the first.
Oh, to get the vaccine. To get the vaccine. That's who she was. She was the nurse. She was the nurse.
Yep. She was the first
one. I
one.
thought the name, and I didn't look it up. No, I knew who it was.
I never doubted that. I never doubted.
The first American to get the vaccine. White America calls it historic. Black America calls it suspicious.
Yeah.
That's exactly the word that was used amongst the staff of what you need to know, Chris. We were talking about it. And I was heralding her. I was like, good for you doing this the right thing. And everybody's like,
You already know how we are.
No, they
try to send Harriet Tubman in there first. No,
but the thing of it is these people don't even realize the world and evolve. Y'all a one trick pony. That's her getting it. That don't mean we gonna line up about Sandra Lindsay got it. We sitting around saying, man, Sandra Lindsay crazy as hell. And people propped her up on CNN and it stuck her. That's that. And if that was good, I know she a frontline worker, and we appreciate all the frontline workers.
Man. You got to take your hats off. Well,
she is a pioneer, but that don't mean we gonna start lining up. Because I'm not. I got to see if people's eyes gonna close. I don't know how this thing. What's going on?
How we do anyway. We got to wait to the to the fifth or sixth person
generation of
vaccine. It's like the new iPhone. I'm gonna let them work the kinks out first.
I looked at CNN and they were showing everybody getting the shot. I said, here we go again. They only showed us getting everybody that came up there from these are the only people that work in the hospital. Us.
Well,
the only ones getting the shot. I said, okay.
But I told Donnie Simpson yesterday, because he said he will be the first person in line. I said, well, I'll be the second person in line. I said, well, I'll wait, see what happened to your ass. If you wake up the next morning and one of your green eyes look like Marty Feldman.
not Marty Feldman.
I need to upgrade my reference software system. They don't know who the hell that is. I should have said Sarah Sanders, but I missed the one.
But
Donnie gonna look crazy with green eyes, one eye over here, one eye,
over here. That's hilarious.
But shout out to Miss Lindsay, though. She did. That was courageous.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm happy for her,
So 2.9 million doses going to be distributed this week of the vaccine.
So that means our neighborhood is going to get about 1,500.
Well, some cities are, absolutely starting to get it. And I know in my hometown of Chicago, I'm not sure about DC. Did you all hear anything yesterday or today about DC? And
I wasn't even listening, Sib. I don't even know nothing about it. I don't know.
I saw the boxes of it being delivered on the news. The ones coming to DC are spelled with a B. Vaccine? What the fuck is vaccine? What the fuck is vaccine?
That's all I'm trying to say, Chris. Chris.
What the hell is it?
Chris, they got that Tuskegee Airmen doses.
Vaccine.
And vaccine.
So you're gonna have to put a spin on it for us to take it. It's got to be something.
It got to be a spin because somebody gonna leave ours unrefrigerated too long.
Right.
Expiration date and spoiled and got all.
Yeah, ours all thawed out. Then your arm is lumped up. They trying to figure out what to do because your arm got a big old data. No, I can't.
You're in the club like this. What the hell happened to you?
Yeah.
Vaccine and act up on me, brother.
Man,
what would it take? What kind of money? What kind of house? What kind of job would have to accompany a vaccine for you all to be amongst the first to take it?
I'm going to take it.
Yeah, I'm going to take it.
I'm gonna
I mean like to be among the first to do it, like Miss Sandra.
One of the first 100.
Mm-hmm.
What's it going to take, Chris?
I mean, definitely comedians aren't on top of that list. They don't give a damn about us.
No, they sure don't. They think we think the whole thing funny. Right. They think we think the whole thing. It's just funny. This just comedy. Right. I mean, I might take it, but it's not going to be soon because I don't.
We're going to let them work the kinks out. It's like the new album.
That's what I'm saying.
So no money in the world would do it for you all, though.
I mean, they got to be in the millions or something. See?
Well, you know, we're in a pandemic, so we ain't say all that.
Yeah. How much money? How much money?
That's my point, because you guys have suffered as much as anyone because you haven't been able to go out and do your work. You know, the clubs open up and then they close down.
I want you to say that a little louder, Christmas. I said Christmas, Sybil, because Christmas is around the corner. I need for people to hear what you're exactly saying.
But hold on, but we're in show business, so if we were one of the first people to take the vaccine, that constitutes an endorsement. You need to call our agent. Before you have us on camera endorsing that product.
Right.
That's smart, Chris. That's very smart. That's very smart.
Right.
And you're looking like Tom Selleck in that.
So you would have to be the first
commercial.
You have to be like the first nurse. You have to be the first comic to take it, though, Chris.
Right. Like your girl Lindsay. What's her name?
Yeah, Sandra Lindsay.
She could get an endorsement deal now. She's
got to be the first. You got to be. That's like Superhead. Superhead with Corinne Stephan, excuse me. She was the first. I mean, it was many before her, but she was the first that wrote the book. That's why she got paid.
Right. She's the first to label hers as super.
As super.
So they can call the old girl Super Shot.
It's kind of like the same
Super
thing,
Shot, right?
Super Shot.
Only she didn't take her. She took her shot in the arm and not the face.
Oh, bro. Oh, Chris is going ham today. Yeah, brother, light the alarm up, bro. We got to stop for a cold.
Oh God. Okay.
Cold blicky. Shit.
Oh,
bro, you should have hit the alarm, bro.
I don't have it. It's not nearby.
You need to tell your staff to go get it.
You think at some point they're gonna force all of us to take it anyway? See,
you know, the interesting thing, Dom, and that's the conversation, is will businesses force people, their employees, to take the vaccine, and will their jobs be incumbent upon their taking the vaccine? I you know, like school teachers and what have you, business owners for corporations and what have you, in order to alleviate what has happened to this country as a result of the pandemic.
Yeah, they're saying already, I mean, it'll be where you can't go into a restaurant unless you can prove that you've had the vaccine. You can't attend a sporting event unless you can prove it. So they're going to eventually make you have to, just because you're an outcast.
Yeah.
Right.
So pretty much the junkies have nothing to worry about because they're going to be walking. I took it. It's right here. It's right here. It's here, right here. I took it 10 times.
You guys, a lot of what came out this summer in terms of following the murder of George Floyd and talking about bringing back up a topic that has been in our communities for a very long time, and talking about defunding the police and moving that money from one place to another, moving it from the police department and putting it in other areas. And the city of Minneapolis, where George Floyd was murdered, is making good on that promise. They have made good on that promise. And so the city council voted to reallocate $7.7 million.
Right, I saw that.
In policing funds to community services. That says a lot. You know, the people who were really rallying for this, and a lot of the more liberal members of the city council they said the funds will go towards the social service programs for mental health, the civil rights department's office of police conduct. And that's a lot of money moving it from one department to several others. And of course, the original plan is to cut the police officers, and hopefully they're going to do that by 2022. Now, our former president Obama said that calling it defunding the police is not the right way to talk about it, and he says it's like using a snappy slogan when you defund the police, because you lose your audience, meaning the more conservative people and white folks. And so
he was just politicking when he said that shit.
You think so?
I mean, yeah, he's just politicking, but it's the wrong time.
What he was saying, the wording of it.
He said it's a slogan, excuse me, that loses people. So we shouldn't even say defund the police. I'm like, Yeah, he was a little too conservative right there. He was a little tight. His khakis were a little too tight right there.
This was, something that now, and a lot of Black folks are pushing back on him for saying, it's a snappy slogan, and saying, maybe you've been out of the business too long and to understand that this is real. And we'll see what happens. But
I mean, plus he just got off of all those speaking engagements trying to win Florida and Georgia. People been honking their horns. He got a little sized. He got a feeling himself a little bit.
I think he had a point though, Chris, because
it's in the wording sometimes.
It is in the wording, and when you
get scared of that, they think defunding the police is like shit, taking the seats out the police cars, taking the police cars away.
And just getting rid of them. So when you're dealing with people and you're trying to get ahead and trying to change some things, sometimes you may have to change the wording, because if you got a whole bunch of people that, even though you can research and find out what defund the police means, but when you have people that don't really want that to happen, and their whole thing is, well, defund the police means take the whole police away. Nobody ain't gonna have no. You really might have to do some tweaking in the words. So I understand where he was coming from.
I'm not saying he doesn't have a point. I'm just saying that you've got so many young people enthusiastic about politics right now, and they're down with defunding the police. Barack Obama should not give the white media a soundbite that they can use to make it seem like defunding the police is bad. Right. That's all I'm saying. Right. He shouldn't have said that when he said it.
Right. And I get that. And Dom, I get you in terms of, you just got to figure out something that's going to be palatable, but we really have to look at our future here and these young people that took to the streets this summer and really did the damn thing in terms of, making these changes and bringing about it. So,
I mean, they didn't like it when we used NWA's slogan. They put out their slogan first.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we changed to defund the police.
Yeah, so
let me ask you about Joe Biden before he has even gotten into the White House. He wants, and this is something he's talked about, but now the story is moving forward, where he wants to cancel $10,000 in student loan debt for all borrowers and the rest of the debt for those who attended public colleges or historically Black colleges and universities. Earning less than $125,000, if you attend a public college or an HBCU, they will erase all of your debt, or $10,000 for all borrowers. How about that?
I guess that's a compromise, because I think a lot of the younger members of Congress were talking about just wipe it out, period.
Right.
Eliminate all debt.
But it's a start.
And it is. And I think that people,
first of all, it's a start.
I think that people, like you said, Chris, like AOC and Ayanna Pressley and even Yang, who was running for president, were among those talking about removing all of the debt. And my
problem is when the Republicans do shit, they don't do it as just a start. They don't. Let's just give billionaires a little bit of a tax cut just as a start. They just say, fuck it.
Yeah.
You don't pay no taxes.
Right.
Yeah.
So at some point a Democrat has got to walk in there and do the same thing. If we've got the White House and you've got the House and you've got the Senate, it's time to drop some big bombs on out here.
Yeah, we too concerned all the time about taking the high road. When you dealing with the gutter, sometimes you gotta get down in the gutter.
Right.
You gotta get gutter with them, so they understand. Are we being gully now? Well, let's get it then. You know what I mean? I'm tired of that. That's the only thing that get on my nerves with the Democrats. Stop taking the high road and trying to work it out. They don't work out nothing. They bulldoze. They come in the door waving the 4-4. I'm waiting ready for them to come in the door waving the 4-4 and whatever they say, tell them but it's not gonna be that, okay?
Right.
So sit down and take it. It's not gonna be like that.
It's going to be interesting to see how this all falls out. And especially as he's talking about.
Dominic, I see why nobody asked you to babysit.
What?
I see Ronald never asked you to babysit.
I did all the time. I did, and they walked the chalk line.
I know they did.
The chalk line was drawn around them.
That's right. All up. It's time to lay down, power down now.
Okay, so you guys are all sports fans and want to talk a little bit about this HBCU athletes racial discrimination lawsuit against the NCAA. A group of historically Black college and university athletes have filed a class action lawsuit against the NCAA and its academic performance plan. And it is, they call it the APP, is based on a formula that includes metrics the NCAA knew would discriminate against Black athletes. Once again, you know, just when you're hoping that we're going to get some sort of parity in this whole thing with athletes in the NCAA, perhaps, you know, and talking about unionizing or the things that they were able to do in terms of the coronavirus. And now comes this, according to the HBCU Game Day, it requires teams to hit specific academic benchmarks using this metric, the academic progress rate, and punishment for failing to hit the benchmarks will help the NCAA, but will hinder the schools, obviously. And I'm just wondering what you think about all of this and the ability for them to sue the NCAA.
What are they giving them, a quota?
Yeah, pretty much. You have to hit those benchmarks, because here's the thing: a lot of these schools, a lot of the PWIs, you know, they're supposed to be benchmarks for them too, I think. But you know, they kind of they smudge the edge. You know, they dance around that with their athletes and do it the way they say that the HBCU athletes are not able to do.
But it's interesting they're doing this right when there's been ever since the whole the movement over the summer, where young people got involved in politics, and there's been a pro-Black movement among young Black people, which is good. But because of that, you had a lot of high school kids wanting to go to Black colleges now. Like I forgot the brother's name who went to Howard. He's the first one. I mean, he hurt himself this year, so he's out. But what's the dude who's so popular on Instagram and YouTube? Mikey, is that his name? I think a young basketball high school player named Mikey. He's supposed to be going to a Black college too.
Right.
So and he's supposed to be one of the best high school players in the country. So they got to stop. We got to stop this right now. You got to make sure Mikey goes to Duke, because when you go to Duke, you've got 3 white boys on the end of the bench who doesn't even play basketball. But guess what? They got a 4.6 average and bring up the average of the whole team.
Yeah.
They've got the money for those kind of scholarships.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. And they talk about, you know, the whole purpose of HBCUs has always been to give the low income first generation at-risk students an opportunity for higher education. And this puts them at a disadvantage, puts the HBCU athletes at a disadvantage. So speaking of sports, what are we thinking about your Washington football team?
We don't roll with Washington football team.
Chris? Dom?
Do they have a new owner yet?
Right.
If not, I'll pass.
Man, we passed on that.
So you're until they come.
But Lamar Jackson shit on them boys last night. Bro, he is still on Twitter having to deny that he had used the bathroom. He's been tweeting all day long. He's been tweeting. That's like people make a meme. There was a meme of a little girl looking under the stall of a men's room, and they said Coach Harbaugh looking for Lamar Jackson last night, and he's like, "That's very funny, but I didn't take a shit."
But what made everybody think he did?
Because they had video of him running through the tunnel.
He said he had cramps, Dom, and the way he's running is not like you have cramps.
Okay.
We know that walk, Dom.
Right.
That's that 3 o'clock in the morning tequila shot with the queso walking to the hotel and get to the room, and then your hotel key is demagnetized. You got to walk all the way back. Shit! You got to have liquid running down your leg.
Listen. So what y'all trying to say is he had that run like you can say loose booty.
Right. But then he came back like a boss.
Oh,
Yeah.
He came
Stomach
back
was
like he had.
upset,
You know how you
yeah.
come back from the bathroom, your pants are pulled all the way up here, bro. You know.
Right.
I'm saying, yeah, that's that. He took a dump.
When he came back, he was running like he was 10 pounds lighter.
And probably was.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think that happened though, bro.
He said it was cramps.
He said it was cramps, and he denies. He said he didn't pull a Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
Right.
But what kind of cramps did he have if he was running? Because I didn't know you got it. I thought they were in your legs, right?
Right.
Yeah. What kind of cramps did he have?
Hey, he was like the rope. It looked like his feet wasn't even on the ground. It looked like a Spike Lee movie.
But I saw some black sports writers, they were tweeting that he needs to just go with it. Get himself a damn toilet paper endorsement or something.
Why not?
That's
You know? Right. That's smart.
You know why he won't go with it? Because he don't want to hear it for the next 15 years how he had to run off there and shit just like people don't know how to let nothing go no more.
They done gave him a nickname. They go Dookie Jackson right
Yeah.
there. Hey, Dookie. Dookie Jackson.
Right.
They go shitty mama. You know?
Right.
You know what I mean? He don't want to hear that for the record. You know, he getting ready, he can be having a big wedding, get ready, get married. They be like, oh shitty Lamar getting married. Oh, he can't do it.
Even the commentators say this Lamar's on a 6-game winning streak. Speaking of streak.
Yeah. He ain't want to do it. He can't take it.
Number 2 quarterback in the country. Speaking of number 2, you remember when Shitty Jackson?
Lamar Jackson for the run. Speaking of the run.
He's playing so good tonight. You sure he didn't make a run back into the back tonight? They won't never let it go.
Right. They won't let it go, right.
His kids will be asking him, Dad, why everybody keep saying you shit on yourself like that?
Right.
Daddy didn't shit. Give me another roll of toilet paper.
Yeah, he can't do it. It'll be too much. I'm sorry. It's just too much.
Oh, bless.
And when he go in the Hall of Fame, they're going to give him a brown jacket. He's going to say, that's enough of this shit. I'm tired of this.
That's what we said 2 years ago. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's he can't do it. It would be nice but the world won't let you do it.
Right.
And they already putting beats behind him running to the bathroom. He running to the bathroom with a beat, like he going, you know.
Right.
They don't have no chill in this society.
You guys,
he can endorse UPS, bro.
Yes.
UPS.
Jackson Brown.
Oh my God.
We're coming up on the holiday. You guys got plans or anything online? I know, Dom, you have New Year's Day and the day after, or New Year's Eve and the day after?
New Year's Day and the day after, I'm gonna be in Cleveland. I'm doing a private event.
At the land.
I'm gonna be in the land in Cleveland. I'm doing a private event for Silk. Silk restaurant. Yeah, I'm doing a private event for Sam Silk. So y'all
Sam
come on.
Silk?
Yeah, for Sam.
Got a restaurant too, right? Yeah.
That's where the show is, at the restaurant. Right. He got a big one out. He got a new one, so he got a stage and it's set up for entertainment. Yeah. So I'm gonna go out to Cleveland and do that for Sam Silk. So if you in the lane, come through. We social distancing. You know, it's gonna be a grown, sexy affair. So we gonna social distance, eat some good food, and have a good time.
Awesome. And Insomnaholics, we have anything from you guys? I know you guys had this past weekend, right?
We'll be on this Saturday night at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as far as the holidays, my wife and I were excited. Our bags are packed. We are going to the living room.
Chris, I was getting ready to say y'all going out of town.
They're going on.
You go to Miami.
He's just saying that's how big his house is. That's all.
I can dig that. I know I can dig that.
You know when you got to catch an Uber to the mailbox, you ball.
Yeah. That's how he getting down. That's how he getting down.
I'm in show business. That only lasts a couple more months. I'll be driving my Uber around the house.
Okay.
Well, we'll be Uber pooling together, brother.
Pooling. All right. So, but we can always check you guys out on Instagram and find out what's going on, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Insomniaholics is crazy fun. It really is. And just really,
Thanks,
really
Sybil.
enjoy having you guys and doing those nights. And some nights I'm able to wake myself up and in order to watch you and then just laugh myself to sleep.
We had to change the time because we was calling ourselves the Insomniaholics. We was coming on at 2.
Right.
We was falling asleep and shit. I'm like, Chris, you up? What time is it? 1:59. Shit, we got to change this, bro.
Yeah.
And we still might need to change it, Chris. 11 o'clock seemed too late.
Right.
We might have to go at 10 o'clock.
It works for me. If that means anything to you. I wish you guys a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Are you celebrating down Tyler Perry's?
Yeah. So
All right, Sid.
if y'all are down here, come on through.
Okay, for sure. I will.
Okay.
Just like a black person, invite somebody over to somebody else's house. you just like my sister. I should say that would be me.
And Dom, wishing the best for your mom.
Thank you so much.
Hey, tell your mother I say hello,
My
Dom.
mom said
I
hello.
will. I tell her y'all say hi.
Tell Ronald.
She in the room. She chilling. She doing well.
What up, Mom?
Everybody say hi. She doing well.
Dude,
Oh, nice.
me and Don mother, we caught a Spirit airline flight back.
Oh my gosh.
We was from the family reunion.
Uh-huh.
I think it was a family reunion.
And y'all think Dominique funny.
She comes right honestly.
Oh,
she told me afterwards, she said, ass hug. He'll tell you by the time we paid for all our bags, the ticket to get there was $120, but the bags were $700.
I told you, Spirit will charge you for the bags under your eyes. They don't.
Right.
Hey, you guys, as I said, we are thankful to the folks from Black Voters Matter.
Absolutely.
Take a look at this.
Love sent their way. Who needs love? Who needs love? Who needs a little love today? Who needs some love sent their way? Who needs love? Who needs love?
And
Sybil, we wish we'd known that you were going to play that because we could have coordinated. So when we came back from it, we had on different outfits. If we had known,
I know that is funny.
Oh, God, you're killing me. I love you guys. I so appreciate.
I love you too, Sid.
I love you too.
You have helped me do this year, and I look forward to a much better 2021 and for all of us. And my love to you and your families. I so appreciate you guys.
Oh, we love
Same to you, Sid. Happy holidays, Sid. Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays, y'all.
Happy holidays.
New Year's, Merry Christmas, and all that good stuff. I love y'all.
We'll be here tomorrow with Myra J. and Stephen Hill, and also one of the co-founder, along with Latasha Brown, is the co-founder of Cliff Albright, and he will be with us tomorrow on Wednesday. Have a good night, everybody.